voila, the fruit on the vine the way we want it. Really good. We're starting to see a tiny bit of dehydration, but here's our clusters on the stem. I'm gonna break off one stem. If I can do this here. And we're getting a little bit of raisoning there, a little bit of shriveling, and that's a sign of beautifully ripe Riesling. So very happy with this fruit. We don't ferment the skins with white wines. There are very few people who do. What we need to do is get the juice out. So the question is, how do you go from here to juice in the tank? There are many ways with different tools, but essentially you want to get the juice out. And that's actually going to occur on a continuum of two things. A, how much oxygen is going to be picked up and how much time you're going to spend with the juice that's inside the grape, unbroken, in contact with the skin. Obviously with red wines, we're going to put all this together and ferment it. We're going to pull color out of the skins and flavor. Well, there is color and flavor in the skins here too. How much of that do we want? That's the question. So we adjust the technique. We go from basically the quickest juice extraction, which is squeeze the whole cluster and get the juice to run out. Now that juice is very clear. It didn't spend very much time with the skins, with the broken skins, so it hasn't picked up very much of its flavor, a little. And then every time we squeeze and re-squeeze, we're getting a little bit more flavor out of the skin, but that took about 20 seconds. Now that juice is very low in pH, it's very fresh and bright. There's another way, and it's on a continuum of taking the fruit out, and we can de-stem, we can take all the fruit, put it all together. Now it's in a great big pile. We can throw the stem away, and now we have this pile of juice and fruit, and the longer it sits there, the more oxygen it takes up, and the more flavor the juice that's sitting around with these broken skins gets. So it's just a choice. Do we want it bright and zippy and with very little skin contact, or do we want to increase skin contact? That's going to also change it. It's going to make a slightly richer, creamier, heavier white wine because you've got more material in the juice from soaking that juice with the skins of the grape. And that's one of the basic foundations of white wine. We're also going to use temperature to catalyze the speed of those reactions. But those are the biggest primary decision-making qualities in getting juice out of white grapes. Woo! Got a Riesling bath this morning. Wow. So by taking more of the fruit on the stem out of the machine, the machine could take all this fruit off the stem, but by leaving it on, we've got juice inside all these grapes, and these grapes will come off the stem inside the destemmer for the first time. And that'll be the first time that juice gets oxygen to go right into the pump and right into the press. And we're going to lower the volume of oxygen that the juice takes up, and that matters because that's the biggest driver of extraction, and we're going to have skin and juice contact, the time frame minimized, and that's a quality step. So this is sort of a hybrid between machine and whole cluster picking, where we're getting hand picking, where we're getting this whole cluster arriving at the winery, and then it's destemmed, and then it's pressed. I like it a lot. And the reason is you have a choice in style between getting your juice out of your grapes in really quickly and getting your juice out of your grapes after you soak them with the skin. And that's on a continuum. And where you choose your wine style on the continuum is your difference between very, very bright and zippy like champagne and very, very rich and heavy like, well, basically red wines, but like other white wine styles that are very rich and savory style. So there's a original basic style choice in white wine making.